Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel From Me to You by Anita. If you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe by clicking on the red subscriber icon and also the bell notification icon so you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. And to our all-time subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the love shown. Thank you generally for everything. I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much and God bless you. So today on From Me to You, we are going to be talking on domestic violence or abusive relationship. A lot of persons have actually suffered as a result of domestic violence or abusive relationship, especially the women. I quite understand that domestic violence happens to both gender this generation, but 90% of the people that suffer domestic violence are the women. The women suffer most in this. So many persons have lost their life. So many persons are in prison. So many persons have gotten an everlasting injury that doesn't heal up. A whole lot has happened as a result of domestic violence. So today on From Me to You, we are going to throw light or rather explain what it means or what domestic violence mean. We are going to talk on the signs that you are in abusive relationship, because some persons are in abusive relationship and they don't really know. They can't really tell if it's an abusive relationship. They just see it as a normal thing in a relationship. So we are going to talk on the signs that you're in abusive relationship and what you should do when you are in an abusive relationship. We are going to talk on the reason why people do not quit marriages, why they do not quit relationship even though domestic violence is involved. And also we are going to try as much as possible to give or to talk on solution or remedy that can be applied when you are facing domestic violence or abusive relationship. Now, when we say domestic violence is an attempt by one person in an intimate relationship or marriage to gain or total control or dominate the other person. Now, this happen as a result of one person trying to gain a whole total control of the other, or trying to gain a whole total control of the relationship, whereby your partner opinion doesn't matter. You want to have the final say at everything that happened. You want to be the first, you want to be the last, you want to be the one, you want to be the head, and you want to be the thing. You just want to be everything. You want to have a whole total control in your relationship. You want to dominate your partner due to low self-esteem, due to anger, due to financial difficulties, due to unemployment of your partner, or anything at all. You just want to get control. So when you are doing this, that makes you an abuser in your relationship, and the person or your other partner that is being affected is known as the victim. So it's basically an abuser and the victim. The person that actually dominates, that want to forcefully dominate, that want to forcefully controls the relationship without counting on the opinion of the other person, without seeking for the opinion of the other person, is an abuser. And the person you're actually doing all of this to is the victim here. That is it. That is briefly on domestic violence or abusive relationship. You do all of those things just to weigh your partner down. You remind your partner um of how she was when you met her, how you've brought her up, how you have done so many things. You just do a whole lot of things. You just do a whole lot of things to wear your partner down. Some actually is not their fault. Some is as a result of physiological disorder. That is the main. It's as a result of physiological disorder. Some actually grew up in a family where domestic violence or abusive relationship is the order of the day. They see it as a normal thing because that's how they were brought up. That's how they grow up. That's how their parents were. That's how the marriages were. So it's to them it's a normal thing. To them it's as a part of the whole thing. And also it's as, and some can be also as a result of religion. Yeah, so some may believe that in their religion they should be the ones to generally control their relationship. They should be the ones to generally control their marriages, that women are not equal to men. So all of those things you do just to weigh your partner down. So like I said earlier, some persons may actually be in an abusive relationship. They do not know. They just sit as if, okay, maybe it's a normal thing, maybe it's my fault, maybe I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, or I'm not supposed to do this and I'm not supposed to do that. Maybe I just have to be calm for this person. You might be in an abusive relationship, you do not know. So when all this sign, or rather this sign I'm going to talk about, begins to happen in your relationship, just know that you're in an abusive relationship. So the first sign is fear. When you are always scared of your partner, like every little bit of thing, you are afraid of him, you are so scared of him that you do not want to do anything at all contrary to his will. You do not want to offend him, you're just scared. Some might even be that may seeing your partner, fear just gripped you, you're just so scared of him. Mind you, there's difference between you being afraid of someone and you respecting someone. So do not mix the two words together. There's a difference between having respect for someone, there's difference between when you are afraid of someone. And the second one is avoiding some certain topic out of fear of annoying your partner. Like you cannot just discuss some certain things. Some certain things might be bothering you, or you heard about things, you cannot just talk to your partner about that because you are so scared that you do not want to annoy him. You do not want to you don't want to offend him. You're not just comfortable of discussing some certain things. You cannot rely on your partner. So instead of you to discuss things with your partner, you prefer discussing it with your mother, you prefer discussing it with your friend. You even prefer discussing it with somebody you do not know, just because you want to talk, you want somebody to hear you. Instead of you to talk to your partner, you will not, because you are scared, because you do not want to annoy him, you don't want to get him offended, you don't want to get him angry. You're just so scared of discussing things with your partner. That's another sign. And another one is feeling you cannot do anything right before your partner. Like every little bit of thing you do is wrong. When you want to do something, so generally you just fear just generally overshadow you. Fear just grip you. Every little bit of thing about your partner gets you very scared. You're so scared. You're so scared of doing anything before him. You don't know if that thing is going to offend him. You don't know if that thing is going to get him angry. Even if it's in the public, you're so scared that you don't just want to do anything. You feel you cannot do anything to please him. You feel the everything you do not please him, do not make him happy. That is one sign that you are in an abusive relationship. So another sign here is okay, another thing is that some women actually they believe that they deserve to be hurt. Like it gives them pleasure to be hurt. They derive joy in their partner beating them. Actually, it's quite different from what we are saying today. Some people are like that, but I think that thing is actually a physiological disorder. So I think it is. So some persons are like that. They just enjoy their partner beating them. They just enjoy being hurt by their partner. It makes them to believe that their partner love them. If you are in this category, please, you need help. You really 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 need help, because you don't know, probably your partner might hit you somewhere that is not advisable, and you might just lose your life. So if you feel or you enjoy being beaten by your partner, you feel when your partner hurts you, it makes you believe that he loves you, or it reminds you of the love he has for you. Please, my dear, you need help, and it's very very serious. As a matter of urgency, you need help. And the first one is your partner always yelling at you, easily raise his hand at you, criticize you, and usually blame you for every little mistake. Even if it's their fault, they just want to put the blame on you. They don't see themselves doing anything wrong. Any little thing they yell at you, any little thing they want to raise their hands on you, any little thing, any little mistake that happens in the family, it is you. Even when you try to explain yourself, you do not have the right to defend. They don't just want to hear it. Every mistake that happens, it is you. My dear, you are in an abusive relationship, and it is not good. So If your partner makes mistake, he or she should be able to realize that what he or she has done is a mistake and wants to, okay, want to apologize to you or something, or buy you gifts or anything, just to wipe up that scenario. But in a situation whereby, even if they are the one that make the mistake, they put everything on you, like any little thing, they just shout at you, they yell at you. Any little thing, he or she wants to raise his hand, or sometimes they might even hit you. You are in an abusive relationship. It is not normal. It is not a sign of love. It is an abuse. So you need to do something about it. Another thing is, does your partner always ignore your opinion? Like, no matter what you want to say, your opinion doesn't count. It doesn't matter. As far as is concerned, he is the one to say is the one to say the final thing. Even if you're making sense in whatever he thinks you are saying, it doesn't matter. All he wants to do is his own. All that matter is his own opinion. There are sometimes that he might even listen just for listening sake, but at the end, whatever it is you are going to say is blunder. Even if you're actually saying the right thing, it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't count. Your opinion doesn't matter. As far as your partner is concerned, he or she dominates the relationship. He or she rules the relationship. So your opinion doesn't count. Do you experience this thing in your relationship, my dear? You are in an abusive relationship. Another one is does your partner always hurt or threatens to kill you? Like, in any little arguments, before you know it, starts saying, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to end up your life. My dear, if this thing is happening, it is an abuse. You have to take an action. You have to save yourself. You have to run for your life. It is an abuse. And it's not advisable. When your partner always threatens you, your partner always say the words like die, like it's something that it doesn't even frighten him. When he says he wants to kill or anything, it doesn't frighten him. You have to do something. You have to do something. So if you're experiencing all of those things I've listed, there are a whole lot of more. There are a whole lot actually. So I just started to pick those few ads because of the things the little research I did. So I just started to talk on those few I've spoken on today. So if you are in an abusive relationship, what you should do. Now, I advise you to speak out. Yes, speak out. Do not pretend about it. Do not pretend as if everything is okay when it is not. Do not pretend as if everything is going well when it is not. Speak out. Talk to someone about it. Not just talking to one person. Talk to more than one person when you are in an abusive relationship. Talk to more than one person. So you can talk to your parents, your pastor, your very close friend. You can even sometimes it depends. Okay, will I say if the abuse is very very high, like the things that happen is beyond control, I advise you can even report to the police. Yes, you can. Speak out, talk to somebody about it. And when you are doing all of those things, always go with an evidence. Like, take pictures of the place where your partner eats you. Take pictures of the things he destroyed in the house. Take pictures of anything he does at all and show it to people. You can actually save it as well by sending it to someone else, and somebody you can actually trust though. And I think if maybe it can be your sister or your mother, somebody you can actually trust. Send them pictures of those things, because if you do not speak out, and you try to pretend over it, you try to cover it up for the reason that I do not know, your partner beats you up, threatens you, instead of you to start telling people, you cover it up. When you have an injury in your face, instead of you to tell your friends, your family, your loved ones that this is what happened, you tell them you had an accident, or you mistakenly hit your head, or you missed your step. You just frame it up to cover up. My dear, it is not advisable. I know you are trying to protect your marriage, you're trying to protect your relationship, but it is not advisable. I advise you to speak out, take pictures of those things. Let people see, let people know that this is what you are going through. If you do not speak out and it escalates to something else, nobody is going to listen to you. Like, for example, as a lady, your partner always beats you up, always do so many things to you, and maybe for one day you were able to overpower your partner. By God's grace, will I say, or by chance, you're able to overpower your partner and you didn't mean it and it resulted to death. My dear, you're going to be charged for a murder case. Yes, that's what you're going to be charged for. At that time, nobody is going to listen to you because you never told anybody. You were just covering it up. So whatever it is you are going to say at that time does not matter anymore. It doesn't count anymore because nobody, even your parents, will even find it difficult to listen to you because you never said it to anybody. You never, you just covered everything up. So if you're in an abusive relationship, I advise you to speak out. Speak out, please. I'm begging you, speak and let people around you know that this is what you are going through, so that when it escalates to something else, you will not be charged for something you do not know about. By this time, when you are being charged for a case of murder, nobody is going to know that it was a case of self-defense because you never spoke out. So I advise you to speak out. If you're in an abusive relationship, that is what you should do. Speak out, take pictures, let people know that this is what you are going through. Let people know that this is what you are passing through in your marriage. Speak out. Do not keep quiet. Do not frame everything up. Do not cover it up with gifts. There are some that will even go to the extent that they'll buy gifts for themselves and start posting it's their partner that bought it for them. My dear, it is not advisable. Even some, after the whole incident, the partner take them on a trip, take them on vacation, they take pictures, and some even go ahead and posting on Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media. When the time comes, nobody will listen to you. Nobody is going to see it as a case of self-defense. So if you're in an abusive relationship, learn to speak out. Let people know that this is what you are going through. Let people know. It's very, very important. Now, reason most people do not speak out in domestic abuse, or they do not want to leave the marriage or quit the relationship when it's involved domestic abuse. There are so many reasons, but we're just going to talk on little. The first one is that um most people believe that marriage, especially in Africa, they believe that marriage is a peak of achievements for an African woman. Like Africa generally, they believe that marriage is one of the achievements every woman should have. It's one thing every woman should be involved in. Even so, that's why when some persons are experiencing domestic violence, they do not want to speak out. They don't want to talk to anybody about it. They don't even want to give a space at that time, because when they do, it's as if their greatest achievement has been taken away from them. It's as if their greatest achievements have been lost. That is not it. Marriage is not, it's not the real deal. Marriage is not, it's not, I don't really know how to put it. Come on, don't stop taking this thing as if it's your own life. It is not. So Africa believe that marriage is a peak, is one of the greatest achievements every woman should have. That is one of the reasons why so many people do not want to quit their abusive relationship or quit abusive marriages. Another one is belief. Like some religions, I'm not going to mention any religion actually. Some religion believe that a divorcee is not going to make it to the kingdom of God. That is one of the reasons. And another one is society stigma. Yes, the in a lot of in so many organization in the society, the belief that a divorcee cannot hold a responsible or a significant or a very valid position because he or she is a divorcee. So they believe that because you are that, you cannot hold a good you cannot hold a an important position in the society without hearing from the victim what has happened. This thing is totally wrong. Like you don't just conclude on somebody divorcing a husband or divorcing the wife. You don't just conclude. Learn to hear from them. Learn to know the reason why it happened. So because they have done this, you tend to stigma them. You tend to do a whole lot of things just to remind them of remind them, or trying to remind them whatever it thinks they have done is wrong. My dear, they are only trying to save their life. So do not judge anybody. Learn to Learn to listen before you go into judgment. So the idea of not giving a divorcee a position in the church, in the society, in in anything at all, or even a political position, I see it as a the whole thing is totally wrong. I can say it, totally wrong. What about if it has involved a life-threatening issue? So the person should have died rather than quitting. Is that what you're trying to say? So if you are among those people that usually stigmatize people that are divorced for no reason or for any reason or the other, you're totally wrong. You're getting it all wrong. All wrong. So another thing is luxury gifts. Now, some person do not want to quit abusive relationship because of the luxury gifts they have or they get. They don't want to speak out because of the luxury gifts their partner gives them. So after undergoing so many trauma, just wake up one morning and boom, gift you with a car and you're happy. So for that reason you do not want to talk, or you believe or you see that for every breathing you get, you usually get a gift in return. So because of the luxury gifts you get, you do not want to speak out. Okay. And another thing I also learned is that so many people are in haste to marry, especially the women. They are so much in the haste to marry. So when a guy proposed to them and the person happens to be abusing them, they don't just want to, they don't speak out. All they just want is to get married. They just want to leave that single, or they just want to leave the parents' house, especially when the siblings and the parents are beginning to insult or abuse them for not being married. So when they're in an abusive relationship, they do not just want to quit because they just want to leave their parents' house. They just want to live that single or that spinster life. They just want to get married. So even if they are dying, they still want to get married. So I advise every parents, every sibling out there, please stop and stop abusing or saying a whole lot of things, nonsense about your sister for not getting married. Please, it is not advisable. Let's just stop it. It's all wrong. So if you're in an abusive relationship, the solution to it's very, very simple. If you're in an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage, you're facing domestic violence, I advise you to speak up. Like, speak out, talk to somebody about it, and also seek refuge. Like, at that moment, just seek refuge. It doesn't matter if the refuge is going to be temporary or permanent. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count at that moment. The most important thing is that for you to seek refuge at that moment, so that the whole situation will not escalate even to the extent of one losing his or her life. So if you're in an abusive relationship, seek refuge. Seek refuge for you now to go back after the old drama has ended. If you decide to go back to the relationship, if you decide to go back to the marriages, it all still depends on you. Nobody should force you. Nobody should tell you sweet words that will make you to forget about everything. No, let it depend on you. Let it come from you, especially when your partner or the abuser um um uh, we are is willing to repent and accept his or her fault, accept everything that's happened as his fault, and the person is willing to change. The person is willing to take counsel in order for all of those things not to